All right, hello and welcome back. I'm Doyle Buehler, and I'm talking about digital disruption for businesses. In my mind, I believe that you don't need to be an Uber, you don't need Facebook, you don't need to be Facebook rather. You can create some disruptions within your industry if you follow a certain process, a certain methodology, and that's kind of what I'm doing here with this challenge is to be able to create those disruption points that allow businesses to be able to sort of stand out, get past the technology, get build their audience and build their business as well. So really thrilled to be able to do that. And in this 30,000 word challenge, I'm talking about each of the sections that I go through. So in this case, what am I talking about? Topic number 6, telling your insights. And so I'm going to quickly go through that. But first, if you want to, catch up, you can go to disruptors.digital and sign up to the emails, and I'll be sending basically a list of all the different content and videos and that sort of thing that I've been writing. So would really appreciate your feedback as well along the way. So anyway, topic number 6, telling your insights is how you disrupt your content paradigm. Right? It's a mouthful. So you probably heard the expression, what content is king. I've obviously heard it quite a lot and that sort of thing. And personally, I believe that it's not quite that simple. I mean, first there's the issue of the monarchy, and I don't know how that actually fits. But I think the message intent is that content is important, right? But what I want to where I want to go with this is that I believe that content can be a lot more important if you actually sort of again reframe it so that it can move to a point of disruption if you're able to do that. So what are we talking about when we talk about content? And one thing that I want to address too is that it's important that you do have content out there, right? But it has to be relative, it has to be relevant. It has to, provide that value as well. And it's not just so much having content out there, but having, good content that people are actually enjoying and they're doing something with, and they're reading it and they're watching it and they're listening to it and that sort of thing. So we don't need more content. Really, what we do need is better content. So going back to the point of content is king and that sort of thing, and I think that it can be a little bit difficult to understand that. But really, what we're talking about, what is content? It's your insights, it's your ideas, it's what says that this is the value that you bring to the equation. This is sort of your expertise. This is what you do best. This is how you do it, and that sort of thing. So I think if you want to produce better content, you don't necessarily need to, create a monarchy or whatever, but what you do need to do is create that insight. And if you can create that insight, really that is the essence of your business. That's the essence of your brand. That's going to be able to create those connections with your audience and that sort of thing. So if you can understand that it's just a little shift, right? Shift in how you're thinking. It's like, don't just think about, oh, I got to produce a blog, I got to produce a spreadsheet, I got to produce whatever, a mind map, a video, an infographic, you name it. What's more important is that if you think about it as, I have to produce an insight, I think the motivating factor there is that you know that the insights can only come from you or your team or your company or whatever the case may be. So it simplifies that process. Whereas if I'm asking, I have to create a blog, it's like, well, I got to type and I got to do this and all that. And it's like, well, why don't you just think about it slightly differently and say, hey, it's not necessarily about the blog. It's about the insights. What insights can I provide to my audience? How can I provide it to them? What are they going to learn from me? How is it that they're going to be able to do their job better with what I have to offer? So if you take a look at that, that's kind of where you want to go in terms of, what will help solve your pains, your problems, what will help your audience sort of understand what it is that they're going through and how you can actually help them with those various aspects as well. So take a look at insights and how does that actually, where do you find these insights, and how do you actually interact with them? And that's again another way of putting it into action. But where does your audience go to try to solve their problems and pains? Where does your audience go to enjoy themselves or to work their business challenges? What is the best method to deliver your insights, and have you asked them what they need help with? So again, let's not just think about let's get content out there. out type thing. Let's see how we can actually make that content insightful and relative to them and how they do things. So the action plan for this is, decide and determine the best places where you can actually deliver your insights. Decide and determine your tribe as well, right? What are they about? How are they, the same? How are they different? Those types of characteristics as well. Look at the value of each of the insights, and define the visual as well. Don't forget about videos and visuals and that sort of thing, and infographics and everything. That's a huge incentive for people to realize and understand that insight as if they can see it in a visual. Yes, blogs are important for SEO and that sort of thing, but it's a matter of how do you actually play that out? What content do you deliver? What insights, rather, do you deliver for the long term as well? So some key ingredients that I came up with, for creating disruption in terms of your insight. So again, what key ingredients is your audience really looking for? What type, right? Where can you apply this insight to your business? What channels, and how are you distributing it? So it fundamentally comes back down to how do I actually deliver good content? But again, reframing it, say I need to deliver insights every day. It's about an insight. It's not about a blog. It's not about a video. It's not about a picture. It's about insight. And if you can do that, if you can deliver those insights, that's what your customers is able to engage upon. And that's what they're able to, satisfy their pain or their problem or that sort of thing. So take a look at that. And yeah, what else? Anything else that I wrote? Things to avoid as well. Insights that reinforce bias, insights that paralyze, not analyze, and insights that are hearsay as well. So making sure that you provide sort of that integrity, that leadership component as well, that's so important with pardon me, online content and that sort of thing. So all right, cool. So that's all I wanted to talk about on topic number 6, telling your insights. The new content plan perhaps of the next little while as well. So if you can create an insights plan as opposed to a content plan, you might be able to sort of build that disruption as well. And again, all these pieces come together. So thanks for listening. I encourage you to go to disruptors.digital, where you can get some information on all the different things that I've written and videos I produced as well along the way for this book challenge on my second book as well. So all right, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Leave me any feedback, any comments, any questions as well, and I'll be happy to answer them. So thanks again, and we will see you online.